I, 26M, want to get my thesis advisors, 40M and 50M, a thank you/apology gift for putting up with my shit this year. Any ideas for a professional I'm sorry/thank you gift? Update 2. Someone raised the point that it would be rather unfortunate if I got them booze and one of them was trying to stay sober. I have no idea whether they imbibe or not, so I'll figure that out before I decide to purchase them booze. Maybe the restaurant gift cards are the move. I should be able to afford to get them each a gift card that could finance a night out for them and their spouses. Thanks again guys. Update, so many great suggestions guys. Thank you. I tried to respond to everyone, sorry if I missed anybody. I'm leaning toward a note expressing my genuine gratitude, but not apologizing, and either a gift card to a local restaurant I think they'd enjoy or a bottle of champagne. Also thank you to the people who gave me the advice about focusing on gratitude rather than apologizing and for the kind words of encouragement. I really appreciate that and it warmed my heart. Thank you all. Original post. Like many, I've had a very rough year. Soul-crushing heartbreak plus a death in the family plus pandemic has made the last 365 days the worst of my life from a mental health perspective. It was bad enough that I would routinely become incompetent to the point I could hardly get dressed, let alone write a proper thesis. My advisors gave me extension after extension and helping hand after helping hand, and despite genuinely wanting to finish this degree program with my best foot forward, I am just going to barely be able to crawl past the finish line. I'm not used to having these sorts of issues, so I have made a habit this year of making promises I couldn't keep and failing to meet deadlines in a way that my past self would be shocked and appalled at. In response, my advisors have been gracious and patient, but I can tell they are at their wits' end and will be relieved when I am done and out of their hair. I don't blame them. If I were to pursue a PhD I would, of course, ask them for letters of recommendation. It's clear to me, however, that I am not ready to pursue a PhD in my current life circumstances, so I won't be asking them for letters anytime soon. I might never ask them for letters, as I will probably decide that academia isn't for me. Given that our professional relationship may be coming to a permanent end, I wanted to get them some token of my appreciation/contrition for being a bit of a burden to them over the course of this last year. Just have no idea what sort of gift to get them. Are there any norms for this? Professional apology/thanks gifts. Our field is philosophy, if that helps. An obvious idea would be some philosophy text, but they have every book they'd ever want a hard copy of in their personal libraries already. Any ideas would be greatly appreciated. Thanks guys. Academics aren't generally in it for the gifts and money. If you write a heartfelt letter explaining how much their help meant to you, I can virtually guarantee they'll value that much more than anything you could buy them. I'm in academia myself, and while students occasionally give gifts, it's the letters/messages that mean the most. I second the person who said not to apologize though. You can appreciate what they've done for you without feeling guilt over it. Also, I'll just throw a vote against the fountain pen. It's a traditional present, but who actually uses one these days? Got one as a gift when I finished my PhD and I don't think I've used it more than once in the years since. If they drink alcohol, a nice bottle of champagne is usually a good gift. Monogrammed note cards, fountain pens, tie or scarf. Maybe a nice fountain pen? I like this. I'll look into it. Thanks. Do they have plants in their office? An easy to care for example, jade tree plant might improve their office and help them remember you fondly. I think I caught my girlfriend, 22F, cheating on me, 23M. Not sure if this counts as cheating but wanted input. So this is my first time posting on Reddit, but I thought I would give it a go because I don't feel comfortable talking to my friends about this. Anyways, about 2 weeks ago I caught my girlfriend texting some random unsaved number in her phone. I was curious as to who it was, so when she went to the bathroom I checked it out and it was a regular from the steakhouse she works at. He is in his 50s and she is 22. Anyways, he was texting her stuff like, "Hey sunshine, and let me make it up to you," and I also found out that she and a friend met him and some friend friends for drinks. Naturally, I got really pissed off and she was super apologetic. She swore she would never do it again, and I got over it. Last night we got into a small argument over something stupid, and after she went to sleep, her phone started buzzing and he was texting her again. I scroll up a little and see that she had texted him, "I need my own apartment," right after we got into the argument. He had also been texting her that he missed her. She swears that she has not done anything with him, but I do not know if I should believe her. I am only 23 and don't make a ton of money, so I see why a wealthy guy like that could be appealing. Would you all constitute her actions of just texting him and getting drinks with him behind my back cheating? I really don't know what to do because we live together and are locked into a lease that ends in July. Thanks. Getting over it the first time was your first mistake. As another user said, she's flirting with the idea of being a sugar baby. Why do you think she texted him that she needed her own apartment? Guess who's going to be paying for that apartment? Yeah, he's gonna set her up as his home away from home. Find out more about him. Find out if he's married and gather evidence. Hopefully you can go nuclear. My GF tells me he is married and I have his phone number. I'm sure if I tried I could find out his wife's name and fuck him over, but what good do I get out of that, lol? Really do love my GF, but it seems as though I am not enough for her due to my financial situation. I just graduated college and have an entry-level job, but I'm working hard to move up the ladder. Whether or not it's technically cheating is irrelevant. She's pursuing another relationship while she's with you. That's a deal breaker to me. It ended with her. She's clearly not happy and looking for other options. Yes, that's cheating. No, she's not trustworthy. At the age of 22, she's probably too stupid to realize that this dude sees her as nothing more than a fun piece of meat. It's not your job to teach her right from wrong. I recommend you dump her, break the lease, and move on with your life. I scroll up a little and see that she had texted him, "I need my own apartment," right after we got into the argument. Assume from what you said that you two live together. If that's the case and she's out here saying shit like that, leave! Exclamation mark. What constitutes cheating is defined by the couple, so Reddit can't answer that for you. But it does seem like she at the very least violated your trust in a very real way. You should think carefully if you will be able to trust her again, and if she is worthy of your trust. I, 14F, think it's time to put down our family dog and I don't know how to tell my mom. Basically when I was like 6 months old, my dad's friend gave him an 8-week-old golden retriever puppy that he named Gunther. My dad loved Gunther a lot and took him to work every day and everything. But when I was 4, my dad and Gunther got into a car crash and my dad died but Gunther lived. Well, now I am almost 15 and Gunther is 14. Over the past couple years he's gotten really bad arthritis in his hips and knees and is on a bunch of pain medicine. Every time my stepdad or I mention that Gunther is getting really old, my mom gets really upset and starts crying. Lately though, Gunther has gotten like really bad and we've started to have to help him lift his own hips up because he can't stand up without help anymore. Yesterday I came downstairs and he had peed all over himself because he couldn't stand himself up. I feel really bad for him because he doesn't even really likes walks anymore, and I think he really only goes on walks because he knows my mom wants him to. He has a vet appointment next week to readjust his pain meds and I think he might be at the point where he needs to be put to sleep. I really love Gunther a lot, but he just doesn't seem happy anymore. I don't really know how to bring this up with my mom or stepdad because she gets so upset whenever anyone even talks about Gunther's health. What should I do? Your mom likely associates him with your dad, so it's like losing your dad all over again. That's tough, but it sounds like you're right and it's time. You don't want the dog to suffer, so you don't have to. Mention to your mom that he's in pain all the time and that he's suffering. I don't know if there's a good way to do this, but talking to the vet would be good for her. Before just going with putting him down, the vet needs to be talked to about it. Your mom probably knows he's going to die soon and it's hard to lose a pet. That dog probably reminds her a lot of your dad, and so when she has to let the dog go, it's like letting go of your dad again. However, this is not a reason to just let a dog suffer. Your mom should get into grief counseling and you should have a discussion about this. When I was 15, I noticed our dog was losing a significant amount of weight. Long story short, I was also in a position, as a young teenager, where I had to be the mature, responsible adult as far as making the decision to put a dog down. This has added weight because you are talking about a dog who probably feels to your mother like your father's dog, and who connects her to the terrible accident and grief and loss of her husband and the man she thought would be raising you. Can imagine how she feels, as well. If my husband passed right now, leaving me with an 8-month-old and our dog, the ultimate decision, years from now, that her time had come would be like losing the person I was supposed to live with forever all over again. I don't have any real advice on how to do this. Please be gentle with yourself and with her. Try to remember, because she might not be able to, that this choice is about what is best for the dog. You don't have to prevent her grief, and you don't have to fix it. It's going to be terrible and hurt like fuck, and that's okay. It won't feel okay for any of you, especially if you're all used to fixing it / avoiding upsetting her. But grief is a part of life. It's necessary and inevitable, and the only way out is through. It might hurt for a long time. It might hurt off and on. It's all okay. It's all normal. It's all necessary. None of it is your fault, and you cannot and should not be made responsible for fixing or easing the pain. I hope everyone finds some peace in the future. If they are going to the vet already, your vet can help discuss whether or not it's time. They are well trained to spot it and can gently mention that a pet seems no longer comfortable.